Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, the Ubisoft team has just unveiled a brand new post-launch plan for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Hello friends, it's Codiak here, one half of the team behind Legacy Gaming, and let's dive in. We're heading to Ireland, we're heading to Paris, we've got a ton of new content to talk about for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Alright guys, so the Ubisoft team is seriously firing on all cylinders. They are releasing videos, they are just hyping this game up, and I get it. November is going to be a tough time for AAA games. We've got Assassin's Creed, we've got Call of Duty, we've got Cyberpunk 2077. It is going to be a massive end of the year for 2020. It's been a shit year, let's be honest. So at least the end of the year is going to be filled with video games, and nobody is more excited about that than I am. Now, today, we're talking about post-launch content for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you have a season pass, this is where I want to start. I want to talk about season passes. Now, there are two extra additions to the game, right? We've got the Gold Edition and the Ultimate Edition. Now, if you have those editions pre-ordered, you are going to get all of the content that we're talking about today. Now, if you only have the base model of the game, you're not going to get any of the paid content. You're going to have to expand your base model and get the season pass. Yes, that's going to cost you some extra money. Now, there is also free content coming to the game that is for everybody, no matter what version of the game you have purchased, and that's going to start at the end of 2020. But the reason you're all here today is to talk about the big DLCs, two major DLCs, and an extra quest. Now, the first DLC is called Wrath of the Druids. This is coming out in spring 2021, and we're heading to Ireland, a brand new location for us to explore. And as you guys can see, this is a much darker vibe with this game. We're tapping into occult, we're tapping into shamanism, we've got new enemies, most likely new weapons, and some of the cool things that they've revealed is actually new types of forts and infiltrations, including this round fort, which is a very period-based structure that was in Ireland. You can actually go to Ireland and still see these types of structures. Very cool stuff that we're going to explore in this first DLC. Things are going to get really dark really quick, but on top of that, we also get a brand new major hub in Dublin. This is going to be kind of our augmentation to settlements, I believe, in this DLC. While our settlement will still be important, this is going to be a new hub, new activities here. They didn't really reveal what we're going to be doing in Dublin, but they say it's a major center of commerce and trade, and that's going to play into the entire DLC. What this first DLC really boils down to is exploring the Celtic and Druid natures of Ireland during the time. This is going to be a much darker DLC, very much a contrast to everything that we're probably going to experience in Valhalla, the base game over in England and in Norway. So I'm really excited about this one. I love Celtic history. It's really interesting to see how the Vikings and the Irish people kind of mix and merge throughout history, and seeing Ubisoft's take on that is going to be really exciting as well. The second major DLC, The Siege of Paris, is coming out in the early summer parts of 2021, and this is going to have us over in Francia, also known as France. I mean, this is towards the end of the Viking Age, but it is still a major part of Viking history, and we're going to be going up against brand new elite types of soldiers. We're going to be exploring new locations, and they say new replayable activities, so possibly brand new systems in the game that they're adding with this DLC. This, again, looks to be very dark, very different. Now, we're just seeing concept art here, no gameplay from this DLC, but it looks absolutely incredible. Just look at some of the characters and some of the scenes they're setting up here. I am really excited about this DLC. Obviously, the Siege of Paris is probably going to be that pinnacle moment where we're taking on a massive castle. That is going to be huge, considering that Paris probably has the biggest fortification at the time in history. Now, I also mentioned there is going to be one additional quest in the season pass, and that's called The Legend of Beowulf. They show us some gameplay here, people being cut open, this kind of fungal moss growing on things. This is a really cool extra quest that's going to be available right at the beginning of the game if you have the Gold Edition or Ultimate Edition or the Season Pass. So you do need to have one of those three things to get this additional quest. Now, I don't imagine this is going to be a game changer, but if you do want that additional content, you will have to buy into the Season Pass or get one of those special pre-orders. What I think everybody should get really excited about is the free seasonal content coming to the game. No season pass required, no special edition of the game. Everybody is going to get this content, and it really kicks off in spring 2021 with the introduction of new game modes. Now, they mentioned a river raiding game mode. This is going to really tap into that raiding and pillaging aspect of the Vikings. It's going to allow us to tap into the Viking, those kind of Viking lieutenants for your longships of your friends across the internet. So if you have friends that have really good Vikings, you're going to be able to tap into them, hopefully bring them along for some sort of new game mode that really taps into the spirit of what the Viking raid truly was. Now, I don't know much about this. They didn't really reveal too much. We do see pictures here of the 4 free contents. Hard to say. Obviously, the first one is kind of that Yule festival. The second one is the river raid. Then we see a longboat that's kind of crashed. So maybe there's some mythos there. And then the fourth one definitely looks like we're tapping into Norse mythology in fall 2021. So I'm really excited to see how this free content pushes us forward. Obviously, fall 2021 is a year away, but yes, the team is supporting this game all the way through almost to 2022, which is unbelievable considering that we're still talking about 2020. And finally, guys, huge news. A discovery tour is coming for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This was so incredibly popular in Origins and Odyssey, and it is really exciting that they're going to do the same thing with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The Worlds of England and hopefully Norway will be a part of that. Players will be able to take guided tours through kind of the entire world in more of a historical sense, more of a intellectual sense, not about the gameplay, more about the knowledge and the history of the world that the Assassin's Creed universe is taking hold of. So really exciting news there, and major news from the Ubisoft team. Hats off to the Ubisoft team for constantly delivering great quality content for us to enjoy. And man, I'm just excited. I am incredibly excited about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. The game is coming out in less than a month, guys, so get excited. The game has already gone gold, which means it's ready to be released, and we're just, a few weeks away. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more Assassin's Creed Valhalla content in your feed, we plan on covering it top to bottom. So click that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Join us on Discord. And as always, folks, my name is Codiak. And from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks so much for watching, and play on.